Welcome back to The Hill. The Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is now on her way to Beijing. She will meet with senior Chinese officials. Ahead of the secretary's visit, China is escalating tensions by imposing restrictions on the exports of two key metals used to make chips and electric vehicles. Joining us now to discuss how this could hit the U.S. economy is Cheng. He is a senior advisor to the China program at the United States Institute of Peace. Dean, thanks for joining us here on The Hill. Nice to talk to you. As I understand it, this involves, these are rare earth minerals, right? Gallium, which is for electric circuits, germanium, which is for fiber optics. China, the worry is that they control a lot of this stuff and thus they can dominate the market. They've now put these export controls on those two minerals. What are they trying to do here, and where's this headed?
So the obvious part is that they are trying to put pressure on the United States, which has imposed its own set of export controls on various technologies to China. We have persuaded the Dutch not to sell very high-resolution machines that would help China build the most advanced microchips. We obviously don't sell a lot of advanced technology, a lot of advanced computer technology. We also have imposed limits on software for things like Huawei's phones, so they can't run Android. So both sides are engaging in a variety of trade moves. So the biggest part of all this is signaling and trying to increase the pressure. In the longer term, however, what China is trying to do is to really establish itself as the dominant supplier for certain key minerals and technologies going forward, so that if you want to build electric vehicles, you're going to have to work with China.
Right. So the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is going to be in China for a few days. The economy in that country, Dean, there's some worrisome signals. For example, the services industry is slowing. That was a big story across markets today. In May, Chinese exports fell 7.5% compared to a year earlier. The youth unemployment rate in that country right now, between 16 and 24-year-olds, is at 21%. There's also a story in The Hill right now about how the PRC is currently in default of its sovereign debt held by American bondholders. That is worth close to $1 trillion. What's going on with the economy there?
Well, the Chinese economy, like the rest of the world's economy, shut down during COVID. The expectation was that as the world emerged from COVID, China would basically go on a tear. But that hasn't happened, partly because the global economic recovery has been slow, partly because China itself internally is going through a lot of turmoil in terms of economically getting itself back in order. When you disrupt internal supply chains in China the way they did during COVID, it's not like once you stop the lockdowns, everything just goes back to normal. The third part here is that Xi Jinping basically has really been anti-economic reform within China. And that's one of the reasons why young people are having trouble finding jobs. You're not seeing the innovation, you're not seeing the creativity being sparked that would put a lot of these people to work.
Dean, I had a question. Given how closely tied our economies are, America's and China's, is this tit for tat, back and forth, something that's going to help us establish a new normal with China that'll be sustainable?
Well, a lot of things can be sustainable, but that doesn't mean we're all going to be real happy about it. The reality is that the U.S. and Chinese economies, because they are tied together, and you're watching this tit for tat, it's like watching, what do you think the family budget looks like if mom and dad are constantly at odds with each other? This is, and it's like, well, I'm not paying the electric bill. It's like, well, it's your turn to pay the electric bill. All of a sudden, the power goes out. This is the sort of situation that you're looking at. The bigger problem associated with this is that China is often a bad actor in terms of things like intellectual property. And China's digging itself a deeper hole because there's no change in that sort of behavior.
All right, Dean Cheng over at the U.S. Institute of Peace, the China program there. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate the insight.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.